Qai tukhub iha tukhub saduhuap nkani kweni aurek amiheb amak kwesin huap di qare kweni ngosehe ngotukhub tire qakhaba sati qaisib ngoba ta qware ha naha he qani kweni se qani kwena kama he qete qkhone qwa kham ko ba khwe nga khoba kha qani qkhone che qha qari qkhonsa kwe mananga aure auhere qha duhuap ngonare ho ka ngo qha qhanuse he qwi haku. Good evening, beautiful evening to you all, river people. I would like to say this. Blessings be given amongst each other. River people, humanity, all humanity of river people during this quiet evening. It is me once again, my kind, and I'll be talking about the Cete name, or people known as Cete, known as Qanikweni or Qenikwena as well. This Cete name, it emerged from a Cham language, on the account that the same Qani name, it is the same as Qari name in Kwe Mana. I wanted to teach you all listening to me that to understand, or in order to understand properly or correctly in this situation. And then in this regard, this is a part 2 of my video talking about who Cete people are. The name is derived from a Cham name, which is Tse or Tche. It means a river, and Te, it becomes people. But in a suffix, in Cham suffix, there is a variety of suffixes that you can do, or you can also make in a sentence. For example, suffixes can be a or tui or kui. It can be eaten, and then or ite or ita. So that's why the term ete, it comes from that a combination of suffixes. They say it means people, but because they are ite or ite, that's the name in which the Cham way we would pronounce the term, or we would say the term in generally. Now, the term is of a Chamki origin, but because these people are Kwe, because they were referred to, because they were living amongst the Cham society, especially in Ekhoba Karib, which is your fish river, spreading towards what is your Tentani area, and so forth and so forth. Now, history, as I've done research in connection with who they are known as Karikwe. They are known as Karikwena, and in Kwedam they are known as Kanikwena. Kani and Kari is the same thing. It's just that it's a click, in which in Kwemana it is Kari, and in Kwedam it is Kani. Ni, ni, and ri is the same. It is the same, because they saying Kani, we are saying Kari in Kwemana, and in Kwedam it is Kani. Now, it's Kari Kwena if it's saying in Kwemana. We say Kani Kwena when you say it in Kwedam. And then in your Kwegu up, your Kwegu up, as they say in Namibia, they would say the same as well, almost similar to, or they would say Qab Kwena or Qab, it is a river as well, because generally in the lexical it will be Qari, it will be a river bank, which is literally could be that as well. But in this situation, what I'm trying to raise is that they are known as river people. In some parts of South Africa, they are known as Qanikwa because of the codification of the palatal click or the lateral click. That is why it is Qini or Qari. Some they say Qari, some they say Qani. That's why because they are known as Qanikwa or Ainikwa or Arikwa. You understand? Or Arikwa or Qarikwa or Qanikwa, which you codify these clicks particularly. Now, in Botswana, I've had the opportunity to meet actually a number of Kwekua or men or Kwekua or elderly men that are coming from Botswana who have schooled me about Qanikwe, and then the history where Qanikwe people are originating from in the perspective from Botswana, oral history, and the oral information that are also absorbed from here at home in Garimaba in South Africa. And there's a lot of things that are connecting that are more equivalent to information that is existing here from elderly people who are well informed, and also from elderly society that is from Botswana. Because if you could just balance your conscious, people in Botswana and people in South Africa, they are divided by borders that were created by colonialists, and similar as much as Namibia, Lesotho, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Angola, and so forth. Now, when you mention people of your Qanikwe, they are a tribe, they are not a clan. And I wanted to state factual things concerning them in South Africa, who they are, and in Namibia, and also in Botswana. They are all related, they're the same people. But it's just that their groupings and systems, systematically, they are different in South Africa. I'll begin in South Africa particularly. In South Africa, they are under the Khorakwesip. They form the Khorakwesip, though they have their own tribal system or the tribal lineage of their own. But in terms of the Khorakwesip, they are part of Khorakwesip because of intermarriages or because of marriages of a sort. Now, in South Africa, most of them, when they praise, they say Bukhuma. Some they use Oto. Some of them, when they praise, they use Ndenze. Ndenze. Some of your Cete that are known to be living in maybe Utenik, in certain parts of the Eastern Cape, they say Ndenze. Ndenze is Duehwe. Is Dunster. Is a Kora leader who was from your, if not mistaken, from your Qekhamakwena or Qekha, which is your healer people. And then because of intermarriages that took place in the past. Now, we have those who are called, like to perform Bukhuma. Bukhuma is Bukhumab. It's standing Bukhu, a leader, of Bukhu, a king particularly. And then, not known maybe from which tribe, but my insertion in this, it would be that he was from your Kaukwe, which is your Kata people. And then in South Africa in the past, this tribe has clans that were more to 3 to 4 clans. First of all, they intermarried with your Kaukes, and a clan which was from your Kaukes, which was your Khokwa or Khokes, children of your Onghep, which was a Daibosh. Now, this was a Daibosh who was a narrow-facing, as he was praised, was known as Onghep. And then we have Onghep Soup and Onghep. And then we have, from Onghep, he brought a progeny within the Daibosh, especially your Kaikab, which is your reed, especially your Kamakose, a generation which is your a generation of your mouth people, and then also your Okwena, which is your heart. People who are known as Dabush, which is your Okwena or Okona. Now, through that intermarriage, they married particularly with your Ongib, your Ongib generation or your Ohokwa. Now, with Ohokwa, in intermarriage with the Ohokwa, your Kanikwe, they had 3 clans, actually 4 clans. They made up a 3 to 4 clans. And then within, we had your Kahama, sorry, we had your Kaukwe, which is your cutters. That's why in South Africa we have surnames, especially in your Zunda language or your Xhosa language, even in Afrikaans, surnames that are called Snyman. Snyman, it is not an Afrikaans, it is an indigenous, it's a tribal name. It is cutters. They are known as Sneymensa or Kaukwena. How it means to cut. The term exists in Sotho dialects and also exists in your Zunda dialect or your Xhosa dialect, as how it also exists in Xhosa as Ukaula, meaning to cut. How it also exists in Tswana or Sotho in a codification way as Kaula. Do you understand? So I'm coming to comprehensively to give definition of these words. And then we had your Ngamqikua. Ngam, it means Ngama. Ngama, it means your in Zunda language they say Sikhama. It meaning it is your karos. It means your skin, where the skin clothing which they used to wear in the past. Some of these are your they are forming people who are known as your river people. And then there is also your apart from these people, we have your Ohokwe because of intermarriages between the Daibosh of your Unghib with these people. Now, I don't know which, I wouldn't want to say it, but the Bukhuma generation, the generation of the leader Bukhumap, as they say Bukhumap. Bukhu, it's a plant. It's found mostly in a river. He was praised as Bukhumap, the standing Bukhu one, a Bukhu father, if I may say. He was from I don't know whether it is your Ngamqekua or your Kraukais, which is your Kata, but in South Africa they formed this clan. This tribe, and then we also had a tribe that is also formed like your Ngamqekua, also with your Taibosh. They lived with your Taibosh particularly, and also they lived amongst people who are known as your which is your cat or which is your cat people. The same people that are known amongst in the Eastern Cape as your Ioshe. As you say, it's someone, especially you, that is personified, especially from the tribe, which is a tribe, not a clan as well. It is a tribe. And then these people, they also intermarried with them. That's why in the Eastern Cape, when they praise, they say Bantu Bomlambo. Most of them, they're praising in the honor of these people as well. The same as in this regard, your Kaukwe or your Kaukis, your Ngamqikwa as well, or Ngamqis as well. They are also what they are praising. These are your river people as well in the past. This is in South Africa particularly. This is a generation that you find incorporated in the past from what I'm mentioning. And also amongst your Taibosh, or people are known as your Tuna, they also, especially your Ungib generation, they took wives here. They took more wives. That's why there was an interrelation or a relationship of a marriage in the past. That's why they grew to be what they are today. Now in Botswana, they also live separately We have your Qhokwe. Your Qhokwe, I suspect it is the same as your Qhokwe or your Qhaukwena or Qhakua or Qhokua in Botswana and in South Africa. I suspect these are the same clan. These are your Katas, even though because it's a Kwedam and Kwemana language. So these dialects, some of it, there will be a slight difference in exchange. And then you would have your Harikwe, which is your farmer, and then we would have your Bugakwe. Particularly, these are your predominant within the progeny line of your river people. But mostly they are found in Botswana. They are also found in what is today Namibia as well. Especially in Caprivi area, you would find them in particular. And then we have your Khomkwe, and then we have other clans all together that forms the river people that side. Now, oral history, as I hear from the Botswana brethren, as they give me the history, they say these people, they prefer to live in a river because they were lazy to hunt. So they would hunt fishes, or fish in particular, or they would hunt anything that was close by the river. So they would hide within and then hide within the river. This is how the history regarding who river people are in the past. So, in short, a generation of those in South Africa, they are known as Kora. They are part of your Kora progeny line, even though their history was separate apart. Because when I read, there are leaders that were known as Dorwap or Dwarwap or Dwarwap or he was known as Dwarwap. It was also stated that he was from the tribe, and then it doesn't give which clan is he emerging from within these clans I've mentioned in South Africa. That is why in the Eastern Cape, as they praise, they say Lowa. D and R sometimes, and L, they have a tendency of interchanging with the R as well. That is why they is known as Umlo. They like to say Lowa. Lowa, it is a king that lived, and he was also part of the progeny line as well. Now, in this regard, my research is deepening further, but those in Namibia, those in Botswana, and those in South Africa, they are much closely related because of your Kalahari, your Karib side of your Kalahari. There is a connection with those because your Qhokwe were found mostly from those areas, and most of your Kora Kwesip in the past, it was in the Krunkama, in the Kalahari in the past, most located as well, not far from the Molopo area and not far from the northwest as well region, and penetrating towards what we have as Botswana as well. But in this state, I was trying to state this. These are people who are of your river people, as known as Cete. This is a Kham name. It is not. It's a name that is translated in Kham as being Khani or Khari, meaning river people in particular. And then I would end this in particular and say, Saqeba akuqhaqa ngce erhukuwa nxa qhaqhasa tshe ayo camako iha cawkhweni ayo